It's time at Dish with D. That's me. Thank you for this video, making yourself a priority. I am Denise, and I have no eye makeup on. I can see my eyes don't pop. Do you see the difference when you have a little eyeliner on? I feel like I have no eyes. I'll put my glasses on. I feel like I look a little bit better. Welcome to today's video. As you see by the title, I have the mistakes we make on Weight Watchers. Now, I say Weight Watchers because that's the plan that I follow. Now, I think a lot of these, well, not all of them, but a few of them can apply to any weight loss plan that you're on. I think a lot of these will fit in that. Some won't, and some will. Maybe if I remember to make that distinction, I will. Because you should know the difference just based on when I talk about 0-point foods. Because then every plan has that. So, but I think in general, in a weight loss journey plan, I think a lot of these will fall into that for you. And I base these on my own personal experience. So when I say these things, know that I've went through them. I've done them. I've set them. So I feel like I have the right to voice them out loud. I'm not saying that you're particularly this way as well, but maybe something will resonate with you and you'll be like, oh my gosh, that makes a little bit of sense. He's got a point. I don't think we recognize these things. Even I could sit there and tell you that. There's a lot of things I did not recognize. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's me. Like for me, it was realizing that I had a severe weight problem. I'm going to be honest, and I know it sounds really funny to say this because 270 pounds on a almost 5'4" frame, and I'm pretty small boned, is a lot. And I did not think I was that heavy. And I will tell you this too, when I said this, I have like what you call you visualize yourself. I remember how I felt at 270, and I still I don't see myself the way I am. I still feel like that 270-pound girl. Maybe because I was heavy my whole life. Maybe it's just going to take me a while. I mean, I see the difference when I buy clothes because I don't have to buy the size like 24. I can buy like a large. Some mediums still look damn good on me. So yeah, that helps. That does, because I do gravitate towards the bigger things, and I'll go, oh, this is too big, and I just don't. But that's, like I said, I think I'm always going to slightly have sort of like that distortion with myself. But let's get into the video. There's several things we can talk about. I don't have these in any particular order because I was just kind of randomly saying this because this topic's been on my phone for a while, and we started a weight loss challenge for spring. I called it Spring Back to Our Goals, even though this is like spring forward because we lose an hour. But I feel like we've always had goals. We have goals. We have goals. And we kind of lose them when it comes to like cold winter, those kind of months. So we have goals. You're not reinventing the wheel. You already have these goals set. So we're springing back to those. So that's why I want Spring Back, in case you're wondering. And I have 2 PDFs. If I can link them, I will, because I have make them on Canva, and I don't show if I can link them. If not, you could always email me. My email's in the description box, dishwithd@yahoo.com, and I can send them right over to you. But I will try to, I'm going to write here, link PDFs if you want to join the challenge. And by the way, it's totally free. It's totally free. We usually meet on Sunday nights, but I will not be here this week. The 16th, I have a party, so I will not be home. 17th is St. Patrick. I was going to do it like Monday, but it's St. Patrick's Day. We got corned beef and cabbage. So we may sometime during the week have a live. And if you're subscribed here, I will post it in the community post, and you will get a notification. If you're part of my Facebook group, I post it in there as well. If you don't do either, you could always email me and say, hey, when's the next live? And I will definitely respond to you. But being subscribed, it's totally free. You just have to have an email. I know a lot of people who watch YouTube don't have a it's a free subscription. You have to have a YouTube account, and then you could, subscribe free to your favorite channels. Now, some channels have what they call, where you can join them. This is not a join. This is a subscribe. Subscribing is free. Joining their little thing that they have, which is totally extra, is not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about hitting that little subscribe button, and that's totally free. And that bell lets you know when it gets uploaded or when I upload, and you get notified when I go live. So that's really huge too. So enough of that. Enough of the housekeeping. Let's get to the mistakes, at least the mistakes I've made. And I hope this resonates with you. And maybe you've made them too. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're great. Maybe I'm just the loser here. That sounded good, isn't it? All right. 0-point foods. 0-point foods. Now, 0 point foods are 0 points on Weight Watchers. And they say you could eat them. You don't have to weigh and measure them. Eat them until you're satisfied. Hi, I'm Denise. I'm never satisfied, so that doesn't work for me. I need to know what I'm eating. I have a problem with food and portion control. So for me to have a free-for-all on something was never going to be a good idea. From when I joined Freestyle, I had been on the Smart Points plan. I left and came back, and it was Freestyle. And Freestyle had the start of the 0 point foods, which turned into the Blue plan. So all those 200 0 point foods have been around since like 2018. That's when Freestyle came in. I joined in February of 2018, and there was eggs, there was chicken, there was non-fat Greek yogurt. I think was non-starchy vegetables in there too. I feel like they were, but I can't say maybe they weren't. I don't think they were. No, I don't think corn and potatoes were. Vegetables and fruit, but non-starchy vegetables, not the starchy ones. The starchy ones I think you had to count in Freestyle. But all your chicken, lean chicken breast, lean and turkey breast, not the thighs, not the dark meat, not the ground meat that wasn't 93. I think it had to be 93. Don't quote me because I don't remember, but y'all know because y'all been here a long time. And not no pork. A lot of all fish I think was, and I remember going back on. Are you kidding me? Like chicken, because most of us, that's what we gravitate towards. At least for me, the low fat. I'm a low fat person. We have carotid artery disease in my family, so I always stick to lean things, low fat. I go not no fat. I tried low fat. I'm gonna be honest, I did. For a while, I just felt like I didn't enjoy them, and I thought, you know what, I'm willing to pay the points for them. So that's a huge mistake too. When we see fat free is 0, we just grab it. 0 points. Fat free cottage cheese. I can have as much cottage cheese as I want. Well, look at the sodium on that fat free cottage cheese, and is it really good? I mean, I think cottage cheese should be something you should be able to, not have 450 milligrams of sodium in it. So I was willing to pay the points for the 1% of everything. Milk, cheese, I didn't care. But I do think fat-free milk is points. Okay, I'm scrolling. 0 point foods is a mistake we make because we aren't accountable for them. Now, you could sit there and say, well, I didn't gain weight eating chicken and turkey, Denise, No, we didn't. But when you're adding something like that onto points that you have, and if you're finishing your daily points and then you're having X amount of 0 point foods, you might be in a calorie surplus. So if you don't know what you're eating, you don't know how, what you're ingesting. So you're kind of lost. Like, many people didn't lose on Freestyle. Many people quit because they couldn't lose. But you know what you're eating. I feel Weight Watchers, and I feel like I think, they've come so far lately. They've added macros and calories, which is fantastic. So now, in order to get the full picture, you have to track your 0 point foods. So I highly, highly encourage you, if you're having trouble, track your 0 point foods. Now that we have the macros and the calories, and if you don't know what you should be eating, another Weight Watchers mistake, back when we went originally, we used to have only so many protein. Remember, you used to have to check off the boxes. Well, now you don't. You can have whatever you want. It's free for all. But you don't know what you're eating. So you really need to know what your goal should be, at least calorie-wise, and have that back. You don't have to look at it as beat all end all, but it's there if you want to be like, well, I'm not losing. Let's look at my calories. You can go back and look. And protein and fat and all the stuff's down there. Now, you can pick and choose what you want to put on your front screen, which is great because there's some people that don't care about this, they don't care about that. So they don't need to see it, which is great. It's customizable. But you need to know. And if you don't know, there is a calculator that I could put in the description box below as well. And what I like about that one, there's several, there's a million of them out there. And, they're all good in their own way. I mean, like, they give you the basic stuff. And everything, it's important to know your age, your gender, your height, and your exercise level to get that information. Make sure that that's going into your calculator. What I like about this one, it's at calculator.net. And like I said, I will link that one. Let me put that on here too. Calculator. So I need to link it because sometimes I forget. This one asks you for the type of, I'm going to say for the intents purposes, diet or lifestyle. They have balanced, which is balanced. They have a low fat one. They have a low carb, a high protein, or create your own. So this will give you a base idea of where you should shoot for. And remember, and you will see here, and I get asked this a lot by people about everything is protein, 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 protein. Everybody's talking to eat more protein. Now, I'm going to tell you should eat more protein. Absolutely. I'm not going to sit there and deny that. But you can't have an unrealistic goal for that you have to constantly be having a protein supplement to maintain that number, because can you maintain it for the rest of your life? And that is, we're talking lifestyle here. I'm not talking diet and lose weight and then what do? You have to be able to keep that up. So that's why they give you realistic numbers here. So definitely I think 0 point foods are a mistake we make and think it's a all-day buffet. I don't weigh in measures. I don't need to. It's 0 points. Do you realize what I had for lunch yesterday? I weighed my salmon, was left over, and I weighed it. And I was shocked at the amount of calories in that piece of salmon. I think it was 6 ounces. And I feel like it was like a lot. And you'd think it's fish. I know that I had it with an egg, and I feel like it was over 500 calories for that. It was, I'm looking, but here I am. You could be overeating and not know it because you don't know. Because it's 0 points, it doesn't necessarily mean you could have whatever, like yogurt, bananas, things that are calorie dense. You have to be accountable to lose weight. You have to know. You have to stay within parameters. And if you're not tracking it, you can't possibly stay in those parameters. So I feel like we make the comfortability of, hey, I'm going to be honest, tracking is a pain in the ass. I'm not going to sit there and tell you it's not. But that's the only way to know. And that's the only way to, get yourself in the groove of eating less, weighing and measuring. A lot of people do, because the Weight Watchers tells you don't have to weigh and measure 0 point foods. That salmon was literally eye-opening. I'm like, oh my gosh, I would have never. And back in the day, I would have eaten the whole piece. I ate some the night before when we were out, and I had the rest for lunch. I would have eaten the whole piece because it's 0 points and I can. I'm thinking, why am I struggling for the last few years? Because I thought I wasn't eating enough, because the days I would track those days, I'm thinking, well, yeah. But I think the bottom line is I'm eating too much. In fact, when the calories came on my app and I went and looked back, I'm like, oh my gosh, I was over calories that day. I didn't think so. I thought I was well within my budget. I still have points left on the docket. So if you are serious about really getting this weight off, you have to track it all. You do. You have to weigh and measure your 0 point foods. The big thing too about the mistakes we make in Weight Watchers, and I'm going to bring this one up early because I feel like it happens. We're comfortable and complacent. It's easy to do the points. That's why they were so successful. How easy the point system is, because they really technically do all the work for you. When you think about it, points, what makes up a point is high protein, lower fat, higher fiber, lower sugar, and I'm probably missing one. Like those things, when those things all work in order, you have a low point thing. But if you have a low protein, high fat, high sugar item, the points go up, and low fiber. So something that can only be 130 calories could be 11 points. And you're like, well, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't. But it's basically saying that it does not want you to go and eat that, because it's really not the best nutritionally, which it's not. But it's still, you could fit that in. That's why you have weekly points. I guarantee you, if you fit that 11-point thing in and take it out of your weeklies, you're not going to have a gain. I hear many people, I don't go into my weeklies. Another mistake people make with Weight Watchers, they do not use their weekly points. And that right there is your perfect example. Because you have something that you're refusing to use that's only 150 calories, but it's 11 points. Because nutritionally, it's not the best idea. But are they saying don't have it? No, they're not. They're saying have it, but only have one. The lattes at Starbucks, when I realized how much my lattes were, yet calorie-wise, when I was counting calories, my calories were low, because it was only like, and I say only because when something's 11 and 12 points and it's only like 210 calories, to me that doesn't mesh. Because if I had that, that's 11 points out of my day, and then you have like 13 or 12 left, but you still have had some that are low calorie, you're going to not be having enough. And so many people do not eat enough. So I think we get comfortable with our things. We don't realize that there's a disconnect, So I think having the macros there, use that to your advantage. I think that was a game changer, in my opinion, for them to do, because it definitely reels you in on things. And I think the next I have is portion size, which I've already talked about. Each item that you track has a portion size. Put it in your tracker and you scroll down, it'll tell you the portion. That's what you should stick to. Again, well, 0 point foods, it doesn't matter. It does. It does. Every food matters. And I think that's the mistakes we make. It's 0 point food. It matters. It matters for longevity. Now, how many people I've seen lose with Weight Watchers and gain it back because they don't they don't consider any of these things. And yeah, you could lose, but if you're not doing things that are sustainable, you're never going to maintain that. And I include myself included. So we have to figure out a way that's good for us, that is sustainable as well. So we have to get out of that complacent, comfortable stage. It's hard. It is, because who doesn't like easy? I love easy. Hi, I'm Denise. I want it to be easy. And here's the thing. Who said weight loss is supposed to be easy? It's not. It's not. It's very difficult to deny yourself something that you truly want. But figure out, another mistake we make, do I want it here or do I want it here? Head hunger, food noise is real. And if you're not hungry and you're eating anyway, sometimes it's coming from your head. And a lot of people who use the GLP-1s, that one of the big things that they say, and I've heard many people say it, is it gets rid of the food noise. Can we bottle that stuff? Because I know a lot of us have that. Many times I'm grabbing something and I'm like, why am I grabbing that? I'm not hungry. I just want it. So how do we go, the truth is, how do we get away from that? And that was something I really am trying to work on. I can't even give you an answer right now. I walk away most times. I watch Netflix. That's how I get away from it most times. I get involved in something, get my mind off of it, because I want it here, but I'm not hungry. So it's definitely getting that balance, the comfortability, being complacent. And I know I'm big for being complacent. And I'm like, well, I've lost 100 pounds. That's great, Denise, you have lost 100 pounds. But you've got that 11 more you need to get rid of to get back to goal. So let's not be complacent on the great things that you've done. Exercise and water are important. They are. Now, I'm going to hear and tell you that, and I'm having this issue. Now, maybe you can enlighten me, because maybe it's me. A mistake I made, it's really a mistake. I wasn't big on exercise and drinking water through my weight loss journey. When I reached my goal, I drank water, yes. Did I drink it what I was supposed to? No, never did. Did I exercise? I did not. My exercise contained of working when I was at my job. So I was moving. Yes, I absolutely was. But was I doing anything structured? I was not. So once I hit made my goal, then we had lockdown. So I was very concerned that I was going to put weight on because I wasn't doing. So I started a group on, it's an online group. We do it on Zoom called Glam Squad, where we walk together as a group, because I needed people to be accountable to, because I wouldn't exercise on my own. I'm Denise. I don't like it. So I got a group of ladies together. To this day, we still do it, and ladies come and ladies go, but we still do it since 2020. So it's 2025. So we're going to be hitting 5 years of Glam Squad. One of the few things I've actually kept up with other than this channel has been Glam Squad. And I started walking 5 days a week. Lately, I have not been walking as much. And I've been drinking my water. Okay, let's fast forward to last month. I have not been doing that. My dog passed away, and I've had very struggling with that. And I used to walk him 3 times a day. So I was getting a lot of walking. I have not. I have not been drinking my water. My water's not even next to me. Here we go. Mistake number 2. And I'm finding I'm putting a little bit of weight on. Could it be from not doing those things? And that's scary to me. Why should my food's been on point, but why? Because I'm not doing my exercise and my water that's making me a little bit nervous. Does our body get used to that? I'm a little bit scared about that. That's got me a little bit nervous, but I'm figuring, what it is, you don't do anything excessive. So the little bit of walking that you could put back and the water is not a big hardship. So I am slowly getting back to that. It's, like I said, it's been about 3 weeks. It's one morning, but it's not an excuse. It's a reason. And I need to get out of my funk. So exercise and water are important. But do we make the mistake of depending on that for weight loss? I hope not. I hope that's, I hope that's not the case, because that's disheartening to me if that is. I don't know. I can't say. I just know that that's the only thing that's been different, and that's been my result. So I'm really happy about that. Okay, here's a fact, and it's a mistake we make. We love Weight Watchers. We love the app. We love the community, but we don't like following the plan. So a mistake we make is, again, back to being comfortable. You know how many people I know that have been paying for years for Weight Watchers? Years. Now, is it because we just like the friendships that we made there, the camaraderie, the people that understand us? But why are we still paying them? Why? Girls and boys, it's kind of call to action. Stop giving Weight Watchers your money. We got to buckle down, me included, because I'm paying. Like, I keep sitting there going, I've been paying them since we opened up, which was, I think, 2021 I went back. So I've been paying them since 2021. Why? I need to buckle my butt down, and I need to do the program. And now I'm hopeful, because we have the points and calories and macros, that I've seen a big difference in the last, since I've had it. I've had it about a little over a week. I've seen a huge difference in my choices. I've seen a huge difference in my portions. I've seen a huge difference in a lot of things. So I'm hopeful that within the next couple of months, I can get my butt in gear. And I will tell you, losing weight at this weight and losing weight at 270 is hugely different. And that's an adjustment for me. It's a mistake I'm making. I made the mistake thinking I could do the things that I did at 270 that I'm doing. I can't. I don't have that much weight to lose. I can't mindlessly grab something. It doesn't matter. It does matter. For me, everything matters at this point. Everything. And I know it sounds harsh to say, everything matters. And that was a mistake that I made. And that was me. I'm like, you're not. I guess mentally I feel like I'm that same person. I think that's why I make that mistake. But a big mistake we make on Weight Watchers or any plan is an unrealistic goal weight. And unrealistic expectations of how much we should lose per week. I mean, they'll say you should lose 1.5 to 2 pounds a week. I don't know how true that is, but well, not in my case, it won't be, because not at this weight. I could never do that weekly. Now, I could do that maybe every once in a while, but weekly, I could never lose that kind of weight at this weight. It's not going to happen unless I eat nothing. I eat bread and water, maybe. I don't know. But I think, and I blame Weight Watchers for this one, because I feel like they give us unrealistic goal weights. The chart that they use is old and archaic. You know what? Healthy is not a dress size. Healthy is not a number on this scale. If somebody's coming in there at 295 pounds and they get down to 175 pounds, but their goal weight is 140, they're still healthier than they've ever been. I think, is it because they're giving away a free membership? They're giving away an app that they probably already paid for, that they really don't need to make money off these people. I don't know. I just feel like it's a struggle and then when you don't get to that unrealistic goal, you lose faith, you lose hope, you lose motivation. And then what happens? You gain weight back. So I think if we come up with a great number that will work for you, and your doctor should come up with that number, not Weight Watchers. My doctor, when I showed her the way that they wanted me to be, she's like, are they kidding? I'm like, no. She goes, and I was at that time, I think I'm at the weight I am now. Come to think of it, I am. And she said, this is a perfect weight for you. You've lost 100 pounds. I said, I know, but I have to lose 16 more. She goes, are you kidding me? And that's with a 10-pound doctor's note. I should have been 10 pounds. I should have had to lose 26 more pounds. She's like, no. So I was at a franchise at the time. So she wrote me the note for the 10 pounds and I got to goal. Did I stay there? I did not. I was there probably a year. And it was a struggle. It was a struggle all the time. So when I went back, I changed to international when I went back. And well, it was a whole story why I changed to international. And I went back to the doctor, and international will take a note. Doesn't have to be 10 pounds. It could be a little bit above that, or a lot. Actually, I don't know, a lot above that, but they take I have the note for the correct weight. So I gave that in. They put it in. It's in there. So I'm so happy about that. It was 10 pounds more than the original note. So it's 20 pounds over. So, but your doctor should not, a franchise will not take anything over 10 pounds. but international will. So it has to be realistic and maintainable, because what's the point of losing it if you're just going to be like, well, I just need to lose 10 more. I'm going to lose. Like, you've lost all this weight. Losing weight is hard. It's very hard. It's very difficult because we just want to eat it, and it's food. And you think, well, it's just food. It's just a donut. What's wrong with that? If you don't have enough calories and points, it's a lot. You can't fit it in. So I would say have a piece of that donut. But I feel like it's realistic expectations. It's realistic goal weights. It's being okay with that weight. And some people aren't. Some people, and they'll be paying Weight Watchers for the rest of their lives because they have this number in their head that they feel like they're not successful if they don't get there. Yeah. And that's hard, because I think when you've been really heavy and then you're going to be really small, there's such a mindset different, and there's such a way you're treated by others that I think it's unfair, because I've seen it with myself. I see it with people. It's like all of a sudden you're acceptable because you look better. You're the same person you were, but yet they see you as something different and more, it's society. And it's a shame because, it's a shame because we're people and we have feelings, and it's just, I guess, a whole other video. But yes, the mistakes we make is an unrealistic goal weight. So my advice to you is go to your doctor, get a real, and if he's not going to give you even what you're even after, you find somebody else that will, because I'm sure, like I said, they're going to be happy. Like, you're still 100 pounds down. That's huge. It's huge. It's huge. So this is a few of the things, of the mistakes that I've made, and I think a lot of other people sometimes make with Weight Watchers or any weight loss plan. It's those things. And a lot of it, it's just, I think, especially with Weight Watchers, it's the 0-point foods. It's knowing what you're eating, because you cannot know the full picture unless you see it. You have to see it all laid out for you. And you can go back, and like I said, when I went back, I was like, what? I ate that? I have that many calories? I wouldn't have known that one. I mean, 0-point foods are great options to build on. They are. There are the choices we should start every meal with. Portion size, weighing and measuring them, and being accountable to them. So that is the biggest takeaway from this video. And I know we talk about it all the time. So I've talked way too long. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it resonated with you. I hope it helps you. I do. I hope something in here resonates, and it could, spring's coming. The shorts, the tank tops, if you don't like yourself in a tank top, do something about it. That's the only way to get better, and I think we get so sad that depression leads into us eating more, because that food is that little bit of comfort for that short time, and then we get all upset again. So let's try to get together and get this done. So stop paying them. Do what you need to do. There's a lot of free apps out there too, which I think, I will sit here and tell you, the Healthi app is a great alternative to the Weight Watchers app. And if you buy the Pro, I think it's $35 a year. You get the macros, the calories, and everything. And they do the old Blue Point plans, which is pretty much what we're at now. The points from this plan are very similar, very similar. And if you did not know, I have a $5 off if you want to join Healthi Pro. It doesn't renew. Like, if you're renewing it, it doesn't. But if you're rejoining, say you did Healthi Pro a couple years ago, you want to go back, it will work for that, or anybody new. You get $5 off. And I will link my Healthi code. I'll put that on there too. Healthi $5 off. That was nice of them. I said to myself, so many people that want to join your app, but I said, they gave me a discount code, so you get $5. That's awesome. So I will link that too. I think it's Healthi_Denise M. Get you $5 off your Healthi. Like I said, it's a great app. There's a learning curve. There is between that, but once you get the groove of it, it has a community on there. You can do your recipes on there. It has the scanner on there. So, and like I said, it's like $30 around, generalizing, for the year versus what you're paying monthly for Weight Watchers. So if you can't afford it, I totally get that. If you don't have meetings, you don't want Zoom, you're just paying for the app. Quite honestly, Healthi's pretty good. It's pretty good. Am I whispering again? Oh, I am. It is pretty good. So that is it for me. If you enjoyed this video, give a big old thumbs up. If you are new here and you haven't hit that subscribe button, join us here at Dish with D. I explained in the beginning, this way you can see everything. You can be subscribed. It doesn't cost you anything. All the PDFs will be linked, and the calculator will be linked as well in the description box below. So go check those things out. If you can't do it, you can always email me and we'll help you out. So that is it. Thanks for watching, and we will dish another day. I will see you in a video very soon.